Hey girl, this is me with your recap of our meeting of June 28th, 2029. There are some key outcomes that we want to discuss since this will be our last meeting online, but of course there'll be text going back and forth. Some key logistics were confirmed. The house rules were revealed for both the Obi House and Black Ivy Cottage. A group meal is planned at Black Joy Kitchen, and I'll give you the dates and stuff like that. And Friday, of course, we'll be at Noman's on July 24th. Yo-Yo decided to go ahead and doing a itinerary based on the group input. Tuesday is tentatively, well, I'm not going to say tentatively because my ticket. Tuesday, if you would like to take a side trip over to Nantucket, and then I believe on Wednesdays, some people said that they were interested in going to Cape Cod to Hyannisport, and so let's get into it. So the rules for the OB house, so that's for the people coming in on Sunday. So Sunday you check in after 3 p.m. and then when you check out the following Sunday, it'll be at 10 a.m. And remember, if you have a late flight, come on over to Black Ivy and hang out for that last day. An entry code should be given upon arrival. Make sure that all the doors are locked. Park in the driveway only. Do not block the neighbors on the road. Noise, make sure that the noise is down from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. No partying, no overnight guests, limited to the number of people that have been booked. Um, Make sure that you understand if you're not used to a septic system, make sure that you can only flush bathroom tissue, no wipes, no paper towels, no film hygiene products. And then make sure that when you if you use the dishwashers, to run only full loads and avoid overloading drains and disposal. Bag trash, start the dishwasher and tidy up before departure. So basically make sure that you sweep the floors and things like that. Make sure all the countertops are wiped down, and make sure that there are nothing left in the refrigerator, of course. Towels are not provided, so bring your own or rent one on site. So we already talked about that. No smoking indoors, no pets. Emergency contacts and exits posted by the front door. So this is a little bit more in detail the contract that I signed with Obi, and so I actually sent these rules to the head of households, which is going to be Jackie and Connie, and then I think Marge, I might have thrown you in there too, since you have been there before. If I didn't say it before, I'm saying it now. Marge, yeah, okay. That way, you guys, because you guys have been there before, and so I'm not going to sit here and go through all of this with you guys like I did yesterday. So this is on the screen so that you guys can go back and look at this and read this for yourselves. I highlighted the key points, and then there you go, the end of that. Now for some fun stuff, exploring Martha's Vineyard. So you got boat tours, you have beach days, you have all kind of things that you can wander around and do. You just got to figure out what you want to do. I know that Jackie said that Aquinnah Cliffs and Gayhead Lighthouse, that's on her list. She wanted to go to the cultural center. And then we believe that the public bus actually goes there. So I think Marge was going to send that information to Yo-Yo to put on the itinerary. Beach days at South Beach. Don't forget about the gingerbread cottages. And then there's ferries that go in and out of Oak Bluffs. So Highline cruises. So we can look at there's one particular trip that I've already planned out. And if you're interested, I believe I put the link in the chat yesterday, and so you should be able to click on that to go ahead and book your ticket. And I think on here I show you exactly what time that is, but you can go ahead and pay for it online. So here we go. Everybody say, what is the itinerary? Okay, so the cruise to Nantucket is on the Highline Ferry once again, leaving from Oak Bluffs, and it leaves the Vineyard Tuesday the 21st at 12:05 p.m. It arrives at Nantucket at 1:15 p.m. So I want to go down to the next thing because what we planned to do was actually just go to lunch when we arrive, and then at 2:45 there's a bus tour that is for an hour and 15 minutes. So it leaves at 2:45 and it returns at 4 o'clock. And then from 4 to 5:15 is the last ferry going back to the Vineyard from Nantucket. So again, go to highlinecruises.com or click on the link that I put in the chat yesterday. If you like to do those things, it's $134 round trip. Hyannisport, anyone. And so we were kind of going back and forth. Is it Hyannisport? No, I want to go to Cape Cod. Well, did a little quick research, and Cape Cod is actually on the mainland of Massachusetts, but Hyannisport is in Cape Cod. And so I know a few of you said, hey, I want to do that. And here on the next slide, again, you can go to highlinecruises.com and look up the times. I didn't look up at all of these, and I think it's $76 round trip. And one leaves at 10:20, and then it takes about an hour to get there. So one leaves at 12:55, 3:35, 6:10. You go on, so on and so forth. And then here we have the return, I was going to say flights, the return journeys, Hyannisport to the Vineyard. And I'm not sure why they have so many going over, but none coming back unless they go to other ports, I guess. I'm not really sure. But anyway, make sure that you guys all get together on that, those that want to do that, so you know how to book your trip. Oh, and I was told, somebody's told me to make sure that, don't travel by yourself because you want to be just for safety reasons. She was concerned because I said, hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm doing this. Black Joy Kitchen. So I did hear from Cece, and Black Joy Kitchen is located in Oak Bluffs, and that will be on Thursday, and we are actually going there. And I heard what you guys were saying, but remember, because a lot of people was like, well, why can't we have all these fish and have the shrimp and that the reason why is because cousin Shirley said, hey, the only kind of fish I'm going to eat is something fried, and I don't see anything fried on here. And then the other thing is that my little sister Lan, she is highly allergic to fish. So this is going to be like, I believe, platters of food. And so we simply select what we want. And I'm not sure how many proteins we're going to get. We'll have to get back to you on that. I know one thing I heard for certain is everybody agreed that Ethiopian food did not look attractive, and so no one was interested in that. And I was a toss up between the Gola red rice and the jollof rice. But the collard greens, oh yeah, I'm all over them. And I believe it was Connie that was talking about that Kentucky lemon cake. Hmm. Hmm. Then on Friday, we will be at Noman's. Um, so when I was talking about Nantucket, I'm sorry, I got to go back for a second because that was on, if you guys going to do that, probably Wednesday would probably be the best day for that. Also, I need to check on the bus tour that we took the last time. I know my cousin Shirley wanted to go. Most everybody else said, "Hey, I already been there, done that, so that's fine." So if you decide you want to go to Nantucket, go to Nantucket. Or I'm thinking that maybe that that Wednesday we can do the bus tour. And I'll get back to you all on that. So Friday night at Noman's, we were out there. We had a really good time the last time. It's American fare, so nothing special about it or anything like that. But there's a nice little hut that you can sit there and enjoy and relax. And so we're trying to figure out the whole time. We want to be there by 4 o'clock because it gets really crowded really fast. And so we want to make sure that we strategically are located where we can, maybe some of us will sit out in the general sitting area and some of us in the hut. I'm not really sure how we're going to make that out, but we will do what we do. Oh, and I know what else I wanted to say was um, there's public transportation, I believe, that goes to the Aquinnah, if I didn't say it before, Culture Center. And I know Jackie was really interested in that. And this was us the last time out. So if you see on the left-hand side, on the far left side, that's Jackie shaking her group thing. And then we got Audrey, and then we have Pam there in the red and blue. And so they were out there doing the whole line dance thing, whatever song they were playing. So that was a lot of fun that evening, and we met some really cool people. So really good. We had a really good time. So I think that's a tradition for us to go to Noman's on Fridays, and they have DJ music and stuff like that. So, and then finally, we are going to set up a memorial table. Um, and you never know when that's going to hit you, right? We have lost so many people in our family this past year alone. Just when I was like, okay, we're done. By the end of last year, I was like, okay, we're done. No more, no more. And the thought came to my head, how do you know that 2026 is going to be any better? And so then, as most of you know, Lynn and I, we lost one of our sisters, Yo-Yo's auntie, Val's auntie. And so we thought one way that we could honor our lost ones is just setting up a table. It's going to be really simple. We're not going to be doing, it's not going to be like a whole church service and all of that. No, we're not doing any of that. But it's just a table just to remind us of our loved ones. And so I've ordered some battery operated candles. I think it's a glass cross, and there's a small banner, and I sorry, I forgot what it says on it, but it's just basically, you know, representing that person of being there with us, if not bodily for sure, but with us in spirit. And so we just want to take a moment, maybe just take a moment of silence. I'm asking you that if you want to participate, you can by just bringing a framed photo of your loved one. And if you wish to say a few words, you can. And just a time for us to remember our loved ones. And so one thing I did not do was ask you guys what day should we do that on. And so should we do that at the beginning of the week on Monday, or should we wait till Saturday to do it? Because, everybody's leaving. I mean, everybody in the OB house is leaving on Sunday. And speaking of coming and leaving, so Black Ivy, you arrive at 4 p.m. on Monday. And so if you get in early, head on over to the OB house and hang out at the OB house until the time is ready for you to be admitted into Black Ivy. And then when you leave on Monday, July 27th, you won't have anywhere to go. So if you have a later flight, you'll have to go hang out at the airport around town or somewhere else because you have to be out of Black Ivy by 10 a.m. Okay. And let's be mindful of these times. These times are set up for a specific reason, and that reason is that after we leave, then the cleaning people come in and they re-clean everything, okay? And make sure you strip your beds of all your linens so that they can change the bed linens, okay? So I think that's all. Oh no, of course that's not all. So I just want to make sure that I recap this. Um, Nantucket trip on Tuesday, $134, including the bus tour. Cape Cod, Hyannisport, tentatively set for Wednesday, $76 round trip. And just use the group chat and you guys decide what time you're going to be doing that. And then on Thursday will be Black Joy, and we'll be going to the restaurant. And then Friday, the 24th, is a group outing at Noman's American Fair there. A DJ in a private hut is being arranged for us. And then I know that at the Black Joy, everybody's like, don't bring that Indian food, that Ethiopian dish, don't bring that nowhere near me. And then I believe Mark said bus number 13, public transportation. It's about a mile from where we are. So you that are healthy and young and can do all of that walking, go right ahead. But me, I will be taking an Uber to the bus, and then it's a hop on, hop off bus, and it's free, and it runs every 30 minutes. And so I think that'd be really cool. And then I talked about the septic system. I talked about checking out. And remember, Opie House, that if you leave the house in proper order, you will receive $100 refund. So as soon as they mail me $1,000, I will go ahead and Zelle it or Cash App it to you. Let's see. Black Joy, best tour. Okay, I think Yo-Yo's going to be working on the itinerary, just things for you to select to do. And you can decide, hey, I think I want to do this today. Is anybody interested? And so we go from there. Marge was going to forward the downloaded bus schedule. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay. All right, you have a good evening. Discuss among yourselves right there in the group text. Have a beautiful day. Love you lots, JoJo.